These are the things I'm monitoring in the background. It says we're live.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure.
Is this like a whole new video? Like, that's
Yeah, it's gonna be a new video.
So you're gonna have to post both? Upload both, I mean?
No, I don't upload it. That gets automatically uploaded whenever we. Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Sorry, guys. Sorry we disconnected. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Carl bit Matt's cord. He had to get a new one, so that was
That might be it.
Man, it's tough to conduct. I feel like my one guy that I'm gonna have to get rid of now is Ingram.
Oh, for your cash lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ingram or Booker. Christian Wood's gone now. I think Ingram's the guy. I think. See, this just.
For everybody joining, sorry about that. It said the stream disconnected. I do not know why. I'm assuming because of connection issues, but that usually never happens, as you guys know. So I do apologize. Technical difficulties, but we are back. And we'll pick up where we left off here in just a second. Just waiting for everybody to get in here.
Oh, Boucher does have forward eligibility.
Let's see. Who were we talking about? Okay, see, there we are.
Darn it.
All right. I think a majority of you are back here. All right. So, OKC, yeah, you were talking about Schroeder. Schroeder gets a 4.1% usage boost with Gallinari off the court. Obviously, this does have some blowout potential, but again, it's only an 11-point spread. You can't go with your gut on things like that because obviously when you do, you kind of, like I said, there's more opportunity to get screwed in that situation because if they do keep it close, people like Dennis Schroeder, Chris Paul, and Alexander all have tremendous upside. They can keep it close because you take a huge usage monster like Gallinari off the court, and you're looking at somebody like Schroeder who has a pretty decent amount of usage at 5.6K. All right, so again, another guy that I just like to target for GPP, of course, Nerlens Noel is always in that mix at 19 minutes. It really just depends on how much of a stretch he gets. I guess it just depends. So Noel's obviously another GPP option. Alexander and Chris Paul are not bad plays, but I think Schroeder's my favorite. So those are my thoughts on OKC. OKC's in a slight pace down spot, but I mean, with Milwaukee, it could be high scoring for sure. And yes, we're still awaiting Toronto's ownership. At least I am. I think TJ already knows what he's doing with it.
Yeah. I do. And it's Toronto happy.
Because right now, Siakam and Lowry are showing 1% ownership. I have a feeling that's probably going to change. Just a little bit. And also, is Adebayo, is he still questionable?
He's out. If he's out, that's pretty big news too, obviously.
Well, is he still questionable or is he probable?
He is probable, sorry.
Okay. So he's going to play. So Jimmy Butler's probably the only guy I like from that team in Miami. 7.9K, 5.6, 22% ownership is actually more on the chalky side. So that's actually interesting.
That'll probably change.
Yeah, no, it will change, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, for the stream disconnect. For you guys rejoining, thank you for tuning back in. I think, it's kind of funny, TJ. We start to get better and better at this. We start to roll through these games where we just cut to the chase. And it doesn't.
Say it again?
There's not too many teams to target here anymore. I say the more we do this, the better we get at going through these teams. Because we pretty much covered the entire slate.
Did we?
I mean, Sacramento, Memphis, but Sacramento, we're still awaiting that Fox news. Because if he is rolled out, that's humongous.
I mean, yeah, and I like some guys from Memphis. If you want me to do a quick rapid fire, I can.
All right, I need to have a segment for this. I'd like a really cool cut screen for TJ's rapid fire.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. All right, so we'll have you rapid fire whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'm not ready now because my girlfriend just walked in the door.
Okay, you're not ready. All right.
Well, I am, but she's very loud. She doesn't know how to be quiet, unfortunately, so she'll probably start screaming.
That's what she said.
No, I mean, like, I really liked Dylan Brooks at 5'2".
I just said that's what she said on the keyboard. It's all good.
Fantastic.
Good.
Dylan Brooks actually, he took 26 shots against Houston. That's absolutely insane. See, now I'm stuttering.
Nervous.
Absolutely, no, I'm not nervous. She doesn't make me nervous. That's absolutely. She's laughing at me. That's absolutely insane. Played pretty well. He played 30 minutes. I like the matchup tonight, Sacramento and Memphis. I don't think a lot of defense will be played in this game. I like Melton as a GPP play. I like Josh Jackson as a GPP play. Brooks would definitely be my go-to for GPPs. And Morant. I like guards just against Sacramento as a whole, especially if Fox is out. So, I mean, obviously, if De'Aaron Fox is out, that's obviously going to shake up the slate a little bit more. I'm definitely not going to go too heavy on them like we did last night. Not too heavy, but, exposure. So, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a game that I would like to target, and that is my course. That's it.
Yeah, so I just noticed the time. 6:06 is a good time to kind of be going through our favorite cash plays and our favorite GPP plays. So do you want to go that direction now?
Yeah, sorry, man. It kind of threw me off. So
that's all good. I understand.
Yeah, okay. So my favorite cash plays right now with that update to Toronto. Ronnie Hollis-Jefferson obviously starting. That's somebody that I want to target at 4,100. I definitely want to go mid-tier tonight. I really like Ayton. I really like Siakam. I really like Booker. I really like Ingram. I really like Lowry. I really like Mike Conley. So trying to find, Christian Wood's definitely going to fall to the wayside in terms of cash just because all these Toronto guys are going to start carrying a bulk of ownership. I even like Norman Powell now at 4,600 just because we're going to need value somewhere. So all those Toronto guys I think that are starting are pretty cash viable. The one guy that I would probably stay away from in terms of cash would be OG. But my core right now would be Rondae Hollis, Ayton, Siakam, Booker. I really like Lowry. I want to try and fit him in there too. I really like Mike Conley against Washington and an up pace kind of matchup for Utah. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning right now. And like I said, I had Christian Wood, I had Dennis Schroeder. I don't think now they're going to make the lineup. If I had to pick one of, I really do like both those guys. They're two guys that I'll be overweight on in terms of GPPs, but in terms of cash, I think it's going to be a lot of Toronto guys, something sprinkled in with some of those Phoenix guys.
Now, the chat, you guys are saying that the stream keeps freezing, but on mine, it looks fine. So, I don't even know. It says we're live.
Okay.
So.
Stream died again, RIP. Oh, you were spamming the that's what she said too much?
I don't think that's it. No, I did it once.
Okay.
It says we're live. Are you guys good?
No. Looks good. I got the YouTube up. It looks fine.
Okay. It's fine. Okay. You guys are scaring me. All right? All right. So.
That's fine.
So what is... I'm not going to ask you that.
What?
I was going to ask what is your lineup construction looking like at the shooting guard position, but I'd give away too much because I feel like there's a decent amount.
It's Booker.
It's Booker. And you're not even considering... Jimmy Butler at this point.
In cash now.
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'll go over my favorite GPP plays then. Let me refresh one more time to make sure I have this Toronto ownership.
I like the matchup for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but...
we got it.
What?
We got the Toronto ownership, so I'm going to refresh one more time here.
Oh, probably absurd, isn't it?
Oh, it's disgusting. 68% on Rondae Hollis-Jefferson.
Yeah.
Siakam 33%, Kyle Lowry 31% as expected. Anobi's 12% and Boucher's 28%. So that's pretty reasonable.
If Norman Powell's 2%, they did update it a little bit.
Oof,
what?
Yeah, that's intriguing. He's only 2%.
That's kind of crazy. Interesting. Also, they updated Boucher's minutes from 21 to 18. He still rates out very well on our sheet, and it's still a very good matchup. So, in a night that you need value, you got to go dumpster diving somewhere. So,
did you recommend 4 Toronto guys in your cash locks, or only 3?
Rondae Hollis, Siakam would be my 2, but
Okay,
I want
2.
to try and get Lowry in there too.
Okay, so let's go over some GPP. So Boucher, obviously in a great spot here, 27% owned, so a fantastic GPP option. I also like Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder's percentage ownership went down to below 10%. I do love him for GPPs. Brandon Ingram is another good one to target. Jimmy Butler's now 8%. So now
really?
that makes a lot more sense now. So 8% ownership, if he is that low, I do like Jimmy Butler's one of my favorite GPP options. We also, TJ, we never talked about him. I know that you like this player a lot, so I know you're going to agree with me. Michael Porter is projected at 22 minutes and at 5% ownership. So at 3.7K is a decent value pick. Again, it's in a pace down spot, so he could definitely get overlooked. Another good GPP option. And I think those are my favorite GPP options. I can keep going down the list here, but those guys stand out the most to me.
Yeah, Michael Porter just kind of got tossed to the side in terms of minutes. I mean, he got hurt too, so I think they've been gradually trying to give him more minutes, come back. I mean, last game against Detroit, he ended up playing 23 minutes. The games before, he only played a total of 17. So if he's projected at 20 against the Clippers, like, yeah, he's a guy that can get hot and steer that offense with the second unit. So I don't hate the Michael Porter call.
It's 41. 257. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm going to run through my lineups one more time, guys. Sorry. I'm being nerdy over here.
I definitely think I'm going to be way overweight on Schroeder and GPPs.
Yeah. No, she's showing very low.
Yep.
For you
Remember
guys,
the strategy I told you I was going to run out today?
Yeah. For you guys who don't know what I'm doing, I'm running a little bit more advanced stuff here that me and TJ were talking about earlier. All right, but this will give us a better idea of where I'm going to go in GPPs. And I'll tell you where the good and bad chalk is. And also, guys, feel free to ask any questions into the chat. We're going to get to those in just a second here. One last run through the slate, and then we'll go through them.
There's no way Boucher plays 18 minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Why? Probably does. Damn.
I mean, 18 minutes is not bad for him.
No, it's a good match against Charlotte too. Be going up against Biz. I mean, Biz can play some defense, but like this kid is just, and this is a game that could blow out. So like he could see 22 minutes.
All right, so to top the list here, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, Devin Booker, Mike Conley if he starts, Ayton at the top here, Siakam and Lowry. I think those are very, very safe plays in both GPP and cash. After I ran my exposures, that's what it's looking like. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start answering some questions here. Norman Powell or Josh Jackson? Definitely Norman Powell. I think. Yeah. Is Ayton a must? I think for TJ for cash, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's a great play tonight. Obviously, there's a lot of injuries on that Suns team, and if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, I touched base on them. Ayton and Booker are my favorite from the Suns. Saric is also there in the mix, so I do like him. He's going to probably go overlooked now at 8%. Yeah, look at that, 8% ownership. So Saric, another good GPP option for sure, just because of his price increase. All right.
Justin Rose finished 5 over on the back 9.
Oh, wow.
You hate to see it.
I saw somebody on Twitter didn't hit a single person. They didn't make a single cut.
That's crazy, man.
All
The
6
cut
of
was
those people.
too.
Malik Beasley or Colin Sexton? That's an interesting question.
I got Malik Beasley.
Yeah, I haven't checked on Malik Beasley's price tag.
He's a 5'6" on the sheet.
Okay. Yeah, 6.2K. Yeah, I still like him. He just gets way too many minutes, and with that roster, he actually gets a decent amount of usage. So Beasley for sure. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a 23% usage rate guy so far since he's been on Minnesota. So And the minutes are definitely there. I mean, Sexton's been playing very well too, but I would go Malik Beasley.
Who is Corey? Did we mention the Corey? Did you mention the Corey?
I don't believe so. No.
Corey Joseph. Did we mention him at all?
Corey Joseph's not on the slate.
Yes, he is.
What?
Yes, he is.
Oh, Sacramento. Yeah, I forgot they're playing.
I threw me into a heart attack here
because we're penning De'Aaron Fox. So
yeah, that De'Aaron Fox news will be huge because they're playing Memphis.
We didn't mention him though.
No. I will say this: if he is out, it will look very similar to last night, with Corey Joseph being in a great spot here. Corey Joseph actually showed up last night, so that was a first. 30 DK points, so Pace Up Spot should do that same thing, or pretty close to it. I don't see any reason why not. Buddy Hield let me down because they didn't give him a good run. Buddy Hield should be a little bit more on the chalky side. He only got 26 minutes. It's crazy that what they're doing to his minutes, so I might avoid him. Harrison Barnes becomes a good play, and then Bazemore, I think he did pretty well, right?
Yeah,
he did okay.
I think he had like 17 or 18 DK points. He didn't do anything. I mean, he definitely affected Buddy Hield's production last night. So that's definitely something to take note of.
B. Alicia did great for me. I had him in a couple of GPPs. I think Harrison Barnes did okay. Yeah, he did okay, 31. So, I mean, it will look very similar to last night and then some because they're playing Memphis. Again, a slight pace-up spot for them. Yeah, so, I mean, that's the summary of what it's gonna look like. Drew, thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate that. Again, you will be forever on our YouTube videos. So if you guys want to see your name, come on. All right. First time trying cash tonight. Good luck, man. We just gave some cash locks out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you are still struggling with cash, we post a cash optimal lineup to our website. Last night, it was about 60% owned, and all of
last night was the chalkiest cash lineup I have ever put out in my entire DraftKings career. I came in like 300th out of 1,000 at a 1,100 and a 25 double up and lost $4.
That's
because funny. Legitimately 700. I think it was like 682 had the exact lineup. So yeah, last night was super chalky. I
had so many good GPP lineups, just none of them were great. I had the right mix of people up until like one person, and it was AD in pretty much every single one of them. But I tell you what, I was so close to a takedown, and a lot of them, it's just that it didn't break through. So last night overall though was a success. I mean, I only lost a couple bucks here and there. Matt got entries in the 30 or 300K plus player pool tonight. I'm assuming you mean people pool tonight, and where you win DK bucks. How do you go about making a lineup in the contest tonight? A lineup. Okay, so if you have multiple ones. So guys, if you're still confused on how to construct lineups and stuff, I have a ton of tutorial videos on our YouTube channel. I'm still trying to pump those out on contest selection, how to make lineups. If it's a huge amount of people with 300K plus people, you're gonna want to be a little bit more aggressive in team stacking. Some low owned people like Powell at 2% owned are gonna want to be in there, because if you play the chalk, even if they do well, a lot of those people will probably still have a similar lineup to yours, so it's gonna be a lot harder to win. I will say that. But again, if you guys have questions about all that, again, we have a ton of tutorial videos.
Bam's playing again. Obviously, he's probable. So
okay. Go Bear for GPPs.
Middleton out.
Oh, he's out. All right, here we go. This is fun, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching us stress out. His neck. What did he do to his neck?
Tristan Thompson for GPPs. Whoever said that.
Yeah, I mentioned Gobert earlier, by the way, Anchor. Gobert, obviously, in a pace-up spot, it makes sense, but it seems like whenever I play Gobert, it just never happens. By all means, I mean, play him, for sure. I mean, it's a pace-up spot versus Washington. Everybody dominates Washington. I'll probably have some exposure to him, for sure. All right, so Middleton. His minutes are looking like 32 against OKC. That's obviously going to give minutes to...
Yeah, I wonder who they start. I mean...
That is interesting, because we never had just Middleton out, right?
Yeah, I feel like... Connaughton? I feel like Connaughton would start.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Will they go very small ball with DiVincenzo?
Yeah, no, I think Pat Connaughton would start. That'd be my guess. I mean, yeah, they could.
Well, OKC is a little bit bigger with Steven Adams,
right. I was gonna say they have Dort. I mean, they're starting Nader. They could play small, I guess. I mean, because they don't have Gallinari. I don't know the exact measurements of Abdul Nader.
This slate is nuts. No, this slate is nothing compared to what we've seen earlier in this, at least a couple weeks ago.
They could go small. Nader at the 4 right now he's only 6'5". How tall is Dort?
Is Giannis question? No, he's probably okay.
That's probably.
I almost had a panic attack. Korver's already out. Okay, so let's see what this looks like.
Dort 6'3". Wow, yeah, they have if that's their starting lineup, that's super small for them, for OKC. There's no way that's their starting lineup. See, I assumed when Gallinari was out, Mike Muscala was going to start, and that was going to be my sneaky GPP play. So even if he doesn't start, I kind of do like him. But, I don't think they're going to start. Will they really start Nader at the 4? I don't think so. I bet Muscala starts.
So is Giannis a must now that Middleton's out? Guys, give me a second here. I'm looking at it.
Giannis is a 199 fantasy point per minute. With
40 usage rate. So he is he's up there. He's going to definitely carry some ownership for sure. Yeah, guys, he's a very good play. At least according to our statistics.
Dante. Illy will probably get some minutes. George Hill. Matthews. Patty C.
That is crazy. 5.5 at 11.6K.
Start Marvin Williams, too. What is he?
He's a 5. Well, that's without the usage. He's probably close to a 5.7 on our sheet at 11.6K.
I mean, they don't have anybody to cover Giannis. I mean, not that they did.
Well, that's assuming he only gets 32 minutes too, so he might get 34.
I feel like he's the one guy that wouldn't get more minutes regardless of if Middleton's in or out. If it's close, of course, but
well, it should be closer now. At least the line should move down.
It definitely could for sure. But I mean, I feel like Giannis's threshold is I mean, he could get 34. But I feel like he played 38 against Toronto.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for the minutes. For you guys that are new, what I do is I wait for the minutes to update to give you guys a better picture. I'm not going to really recommend anybody right now, but Giannis averages 1.99 fantasy points per minute without Middleton on the court. Obviously one of the best players in the NBA and just got better with that. Playing against OKC, it's going to be a slight pace down spot, but should be more competitive now. So that is actually better, I think, for people on Milwaukee for sure.
He also gets a 3.3% usage bump, which is...
Yeah, pretty crazy for somebody that already has high usage.
Where's the latest of it?
And if you guys take a look at this chart, I'm going to duck down a little. Oh, you guys can see it behind my big head.
Hey, big head.
The next closest guy is Bledsoe at 26% usage, and then Giannis is sitting at 40. So it's literally... I mean, it looks like Harden's Rockets when you look at these guys' usage here. Giannis at 40% ownership. So it's pretty crazy.
What time is their game at?
8 o'clock.
I hope we get a lineup before that.
Oh, we will, I think. We should get it soon, probably.
I don't know, but I have to pee again. I don't know what's going on.
You guys were yelling at me for drinking all the water earlier on the stream.
Yeah, I had a sip of water, and just all of a sudden my bladder is the size of a pea. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm sorry.
For you guys that made it really early on in the stream, I was saying that I will go once we get off at 6:30. I will come back at 6:45 to give you guys a better understanding of where I stand GPP wise and answer any last minute questions, because I know that was something that you guys requested. I don't know if TJ is going to be back. I have to ask him, but I will be back to answer a lot of your last minute questions. So just to help you guys out more, again, it will be a cutscene of some more music for you guys and to ask any questions, and then I will come back and then answer all those questions. All right. So I will still be going live. It's just that we have to create our own lineups, and we have to put out a cash lineup and talk about some last-minute things. I have to update my Patreon for my users, so if you guys haven't already, be sure to check out the Patreon page if you guys are still struggling. Making 7 lineups by hand tonight. Have fun. I remember those days. Right now, I just stick to a computer. It just becomes too frustrating for me. Yeah, guys, I'm waiting for these minutes to update, so thanks for hanging in there with me. A small break. It'll be about 15 minutes. Be about 15 minutes. And then I will be back. Again, it will still be live. Like, I won't close the stream down or anything. Boucher or Saric? Boucher is just a far more productive of a player, but Saric has a lot more minutes. If you're looking for ownership... Well, I can't find the game. If you're looking for ownership... Boucher is at 28%. I think Saric is going to be lower owned, so that might be decent leverage. Yeah, Saric is only showing at 8%, and I mean, he's getting 29 minutes, so if Boucher happens to have a bad shooting night, there's some leverage in GPPs for sure. I think Saric is definitely still a good play.
I don't think Giannis is going to go crazy owned in cash,
you don't think?
with Middleton. No, it's because it's such a mid-tier type night. Like,
yeah. That's a good point.
Siakam, Ayton, Booker, Ingram, like all those guys are going to Lowry, Jimmy, like all those guys are going to carry ownership. I don't see how you conduct a lineup rostering Giannis, you'll have to get off.
I think they just updated the minutes. Yeah, they did. Okay. Well, I could definitely see somebody going like with Giannis and stacking Toronto, coming back with a couple more value plays, like maybe with Phoenix. I mean, they could definitely make it possible, at least for GPPs, but not cash. I see what you're saying.
Oh, Dante, 28 minutes.
Yeah, so Giannis went up 1 minute, so you're right about that.
Dante got a pretty big bump in minutes, and now he's a 6'9", 6'7", sorry.
Oh, okay, I was about to hit the... Never mind.
George Hill, 24. George Hill looks good. Wes Matthews looks good. Connaughton only went up a little bit.
Bledsoe looks decent.
Martin Williams, too. They added Sterling Brown, so Sterling Brown will get some minutes. Huh, interesting. Okay. So it looks like Dante DiVincenzo is the biggest beneficiary from Middleton being ruled out just in terms of minutes. 0.99 fantasy points per minute, gets a 1.3% usage bump. At 4,200, 28 minutes, I mean, he looks very good in our sheet. So, very interesting.
TJ, while you were gone, I was telling the stream that I have a cutscene. I will get off for 15 minutes, make all my lineups, build my GPP cheat sheet, and I will come back on to answer last-minute questions because this slate's very confusing. So if you are invited, if you want to come back to that, if you still have time. But 15 minutes before lock.
We'll see.
Yeah. I know how stressed you are.
About the peoples. I'm never stressed, baby. I'm always ready to rock.
27.72.
Ayton or Collins? Ayton. Powell or Josh Jackson? Powell. Yo, I legit just found something. Hit us with it, Chris. Bogdy or Dylan Brooks? Dylan Brooks. I think Siakam needs to be locked. Chris, that's a very good observation. Wolves line out. Yes. Lothy, thanks, big dog. OKC Bucks stack could be nice. Yeah, for GPPs for sure. Making 7 lines by hand. I like that, dude. I think hand building, I feel like, is the way to go if you can do it. If you have the time and you have, like, it just, I personally like it. But it's tough to do with a stream and then putting out a lineup. And all right, so Giannis got bumped up. Decent. I mean, I really like Dante DiVincenzo now. I don't think his ownership's going to be too crazy in cash, but, like, he's definitely somebody I want to try and pivot to.
I kind of want to wait for this ownership to update.
Crud Nuggets.
Here we go. Almost done building, so I can give you guys another update. All right, 1 minute left, TJ. What's your take on this Milwaukee picture? Like I said, I'm going to come back about 15 minutes before the slate locks.
I mean, yeah, if you can get Giannis in your lineup, then, you know, all the power to you. Great spot against OKC, 11-6. He doesn't have Middleton. He's a two fantasy point per minute player with Middleton off the court. He's a 40% usage rate kind of guy. if this game's competitive, he should see more than 33 minutes. I think 33 is a really good number. I mean, crap. If you can get Giannis, that's awesome. I really like Dante DiVincenzo. If he sees 28 minutes, that's my guy that I'm looking to go to tonight. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some value there in Milwaukee. George Hill is a flyer at 3-4, like Wes Matthews 3-3. I definitely don't hate either of those guys. Marvin Williams in the pitcher, he's definitely somebody that can eat some of those Middleton minutes. I know he plays the 4, but still just another body. Sterling Brown got added to the mix, so unfortunately my Pat Connaughton thinking probably won't stay true. But yeah, I still think for cash, I mean, I still think it's Rondae Hollis, Booker, Ayton, and Siakam. Those are still the 4 guys that I want to roster. So yeah, that's where my head's at right now.
Yeah, I think just because it's so late in the slate, I think a lot of people already have their mind made up. This becomes like a Sacramento kind of picture like last night. These guys aren't going to be as high owned as we think. So because of that, I mean, it does make them viable GPP options. Like you can take a stab at any one of these guys in the Milwaukee roster and get away with it probably just because of all this usage that does go around. And again, there's a lot of upside with these players too if they can keep it close and the line keeps moving down. So again, definitely GPP viable. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off. Like I said, I'll give it about a 15-minute break. I need to go do some number crunching myself, and I'll give you guys some last-minute updates and answer any questions. So any last words, TJ?
Good to Giannis or not to Giannis? You want to pay out for him or not? So Good luck, guys.
All right, guys. I will be back in 15. All right, guys. So, finally got the percentage ownership on the Bucks, and that's what I was most curious about. TJ just got finished with his double-up lineup, and he did something interesting that I didn't know he was going to do. But we'll keep that a secret for anybody taking the double-up lineup. But I will say that the Bucks ownership is a lot like Sacramento's last night, where it wasn't as high as we expected, but it's even lower than I expected. I mean, like Eric Bledsoe's coming in at 23% owned, and I can hear myself in your mic, TJ. Sorry.
Okay, tracking.
Giannis is showing at only 20%. George Hill is only 4%. So the ownership, the ownership doesn't really make much sense on the Bucks side, at least for GPPs to me, TJ. I don't know what your stance is on it. What are you thinking after you see that? Are you taking advantage of that? At least in GPPs? I won't give it away for...
Yeah, I mean, I would. Like, Dante at 2%, that's an anomaly. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
George Hill 4%, that's an anomaly. It doesn't make too much sense to me. I will give you guys an updated cash core 4 for myself. I did make some changes. I ended up going with Giannis. So I feel like I can't bypass a guy that averages 2 fantasy points per minute without Middleton on the court and is a 40% usage rate. So in a matchup where they have Steven Adams and Nerlens Noel, they don't have Gallinari to body him. If they do start Nader at the 4, which I don't think they will, I mean that's crazy. So Giannis is a very good matchup. So I'm going with Giannis. My other 3 are going to be Ayton, Hollis Jefferson, and Siakam. So those are my 4 cash plays right now. And then I really like Dante DiVincenzo. I still really like Mike Conley. I mean, I like Ingram. I like Booker. I like Lowry, but I kind of think I want to make Giannis a priority tonight. And if I can get him at 20% in cash, then I'm gonna have to live and die by that sword, and I'll take my chances with him.
Yeah, this just doesn't make sense. Milwaukee is still at a 118 pace. They're a 10-point favorite against OKC. You just look at this roster up, down, and
just look at it.
Yeah, just look at it. I mean, it's Giannis is 19, Bledsoe is 23, and then everybody else is below 5%. I mean, you can literally take a stab at any one of these guys. There's just a lot of usage, a lot of minutes to go around. But yeah, Giannis averaging 1.99 fantasy points per minute. I'm going to do what I said here and answer some questions. So, yes, Matt, DiVincenzo is a very good cash play. I mean, he has a lot of upside, but I will only say because of his ownership, I would hesitate at that. But I mean, if he's one of your last plays, for sure. I think at this point, he's just popped so well on our sheet that it just makes a lot more sense.
If the minutes are there, I'm not afraid of starting him.
Zion, Aaron Gordon, or Wood? Which one? Depends on what you're talking about. GPP or cash? I'm not a fan of Zion just because of his ceiling. I will say Aaron Gordon or Wood. I would say Wood.
Yeah, if it's cash, I'd go Wood. I agree with you.
Yeah, still nothing on Fox. That's the one thing that will change up the slate even more, guys. If Fox is ruled out, be ready for it because there's going to be a lot of, not chalk, but there's a lot of good plays in that game. Like if Corey Joseph decides to do what he did last night, obviously a very good value play. I'm never usually on Corey Joseph, but I mean he did very well last night, and he still does rate very well in their sheet. So Giannis ownership is at 19 in tournaments, which means he'll be about 30 to 40% in cash. If Fox is out, I'm liking Hield, a bounce back in GPPs. It's really dependent on his minutes because last night they only played him in 26, even with Fox out, which was extremely surprising. So, me personally, I'm scared. Like I'm terrified of that. If it's gonna happen again, he's 6K. He'd have to get to 30 DK points. He'd have to average over a fantasy point per minute. So that scares me. Why is
Matt,
Sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to say you keep saying the questions out loud, and if you need me to chime in, you let me know. But I'm
okay.
Doing some stuff.
Why is everybody all over Booker? Well, because it's a pace-up spot versus Detroit, and he averages over 1.2 fantasy points per minute with the current injuries off the court, and he's showing very chalky. So I mean, he's good chalk. Pace-up spot 7.8K is obviously discounted Booker. Is it okay to fade both Siakam and Lowry in GPP? I think they're more GPP viable. I mean, the ownership's actually not as high as it should be on those Toronto guys. Those Toronto guys are obviously in a tighter rotation than any team. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson is a chalky guy from that team. But Lowry and Siakam are showing in the 20% range. One of those guys is going to have a ceiling game, and a very high ceiling game, or at least should. So to say fading them both in GPPs, I wouldn't do that, man. Gonna be honest with you, unless you're going like all Milwaukee or something and hoping that they score more and score a lot more. Fade Booker, no, not in cash. GPPs, that's viable. You can get away with it. Fox, Bruce Brown, are they in or out? Fox is still questionable. Bruce Brown, I believe, is still questionable.
Yeah.
Now, Bruce Brown won't change things as much as Fox will, though. I will say that. Like, the extra minutes are going to go to people like Tony Snell and Mikhailou is going to get some extra run. But, I mean, nothing too big. Like, I think D-Rose will get a couple more minutes, but Bledsoe lock. Depends on what you're talking about. We really like Bledsoe tonight. I like Bledsoe tonight. I think he's a very good GPP option for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily make him a cash lock. I think there's better plays still, but sure. He is a good player.
SGA, Rubio, or Ingram?
Ingram.
Those are all very high ceiling players tonight just because of the injuries. Ingram because of ownership, and I'll agree with you, TJ, there. I'll say GPP, the lowest owned guy is Rubio.
Yeah, I was going to say Rubio for GPPs.
DeAndre Jordan's going off tonight. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously in a very good matchup here against a pace-up spot against Atlanta. Like I said, Brooklyn's carrying very low ownership too. There's a lot of good GPP plays on this slate. Again, I just keep refreshing to make sure I have the ownership right because I am a nerd when it comes to ownership.
You're what?
I'm a nerd when it comes to ownership.
You're
trying to get me to repeat that. Okay.
No.
So DiVincenzo shot up to 30%. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, so I actually need to do some things real quick, guys.
I'm going to tell you right now, I told you, guys, I'm going to start making very hard stands when I do GPP lineups. So I'm going to start having a core four of guys that I'm doing 100% of. DiVincenzo's one of them.
All
so
right.
I will have 100% exposure to DiVincenzo tonight in GPPs.
All right, you guys are about to see what I do before the slate locks, which is kind of... I didn't mean for that to happen, but I'm going to have to on stream because I'm panicking now. Sorry, guys. We have to put all your questions to the side and do this real quick.
Deep breaths, Matthew.
Deep breaths.
You know what you can't do? You cannot do Giannis 100% in GPPs just because it just absolutely weights down everything. Turn back like
How much minutes? 5 minutes. I got plenty of time.
Sorry, guys. I am. This is the first time we're obviously doing this, so I know I haven't really said much, but I'm trying to make sure I have everything set up for what's it called. I will look at everybody's questions in like 2 seconds. Actually, I might not. Wow, it's already.
Yeah, I know. I'm panicking here a little bit internally.
Deep breaths, buddy. Nothing but deep breaths. Everything's gonna be good, guys. So yeah, I mean, like I said, for cash, I gave you my lineup. I mean, I basically give you my lineup each night if you
listen,
kind of hone in and take my ebbs and flows as to what exactly I say. But yeah, Giannis was definitely a guy that I wanted to make a priority now, so that's where I went. It's still, is that? I still really like Siakam. I still really like Rondae Hollis. But yeah, you know what I don't like when I update when I put my lineups into the DK thing is that it never who's my main guard? Where is it? Come on. Okay, I'm all set, guys. So I'm all yours now. Let's see.
Could you mind taking that?
Matt panics. Hyundai, or sorry, Rollis Jefferson. Oh my God, did you hear what I just said? Rollis Jefferson. Sorry, that was my dyslexia talking. Hollis Jefferson and Sarge. Hollis Jefferson.
I'm
Kawhi,
good now.
Kawhi and GPPs. Booker for cash. I think he's cash viable. I'll say that. So if you have Booker, you have Booker. I don't hate that play. Is D Rose a bad play for GPP? I don't think so. What else you guys got? Fire some stuff. Brandon Ingram or Paul George? I'm going Ingram. Brooks cash play? Not with all this Toronto value. I wouldn't go with Dylan Brooks. I'd rather go with like Norman Powell or OG, I guess. But the real play in that price range, I think he's what, 52? I'd rather go Mike Conley. Kawhi Love, PG min restriction. Yeah, I like Kawhi for GPPs. Powell, DiVincenzo. I'm going DiVincenzo, man. I'm all in on Dante tonight, so he'll make or break me 100%.
Me too. I have 55% if you guys want to know my exact exposure.
You followed me to the Miss of Avalon. See, that's why. I got 100% Dante DiVincenzo and GPPs, baby. So you will know how my night goes. It's in the hands of my guy Dante. I trust him, man. I trust him.
I have last minute update since it's already so close. I have Rondae Hollis Jefferson. I'm all in on him. I'm all in on Booker. Well, 75% Booker. Conley I have 70% still. Ayton I have 70. DiVincenzo 55. I'm overweight on Jimmy Butler. 45%. So I think he's a sneaky play. And then some of these Atlanta guys are actually popping now on my exposures. So I actually have a decent amount of Cam Reddish in here, surprisingly. So that's interesting. I have John Collins in here. I have Siakam still. I have Kyle Lowry still. Plenty of those two. And I have some Brooklyn guys in here. So
Gobert GPP, yeah. Iggy viable for cash? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, you're wilding, buddy.
What's up?
You're wilding with some of those exposures.
Yeah, no, I know. Last minute updates, that's what they do to you. But I'm overweight on the guys that matter the most to me. Like DiVincenzo is going to make or break me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as high on Booker as you, just because I wanted to go with Giannis. But like Dennis Schroeder is somebody that I'm 75% on in GPPs tonight. So.
Yeah, where is Schroeder in here? It looks like I'm higher on these Pelicans. now a little bit, so that's interesting. Like Lonzo Ball, I have 5% of. I have a lot of 5%. I have a lot of voice crack. I have a lot of 1% ownership guy in here. All right, so I think that is 7 o'clock. So we will see here how this shakes up. Again, with Sacramento, the only team that really concerns me right now with late swap options. Them and maybe a little bit of Detroit, but not enough, I don't think, to shake up my exposures. So, yeah. Any last words, TJ? Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, I know that wasn't as smooth as we would have wanted in terms of coming back.
Slate.
Well, we can still answer some questions if you guys have some after lock ones, just because the games that locked right now are Minnesota and Orlando, so I don't think anybody's going to have too crazy of things in terms of cash. So yeah, if you have any more questions, I feel like a lot of you will still have at least 7 slots open, so
yeah, there's still a decent. I'm looking through my lineups now, and there's not a single, there's a little bit of exposure to this first game. So yeah, that's fine. We can stay on here a little bit.
Well, I have to cook dinner for Amanda. She's very hangry, so I just meant maybe 5 minutes. Yeah, I have some Vooch, I have some Aaron Gordon, but nothing that will, make or break me. I don't have as much Derrick Rose exposure as I wanted to.
I like the two of you on the stream together. Let's cash. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support, guys.
Aaron Gordon, 8%. I would assume is that GPP's? Maybe? That's kind of cool. FanDuel is G as H. Yeah, I don't think I can say those words, but it is. FanDuel is very G as H.
Why so big on Booker? It's because you guys keep turning him down, so there's my leverage right there. I'm going against you guys, believe it or not. Just saying.
I actually, I wasn't going to say it, and I think Matt said I made some surprise plays in cash. I got off of Booker. So.
Well, it's locked now, so you can say it.
Well, no, people can still change their lineup. Yeah.
Well, that makes him even better GPP play then. I'm just saying, if people are getting off of him and going to Milwaukee, it's going to drive down his ownership.
No, I think Booker's still going to carry a good amount of ownership, but
45.
If I can just get Ayton in that, I think I like that Milwaukee team total over under without Middleton, opposed to that Detroit. The Phoenix over under, they're playing Detroit, so I don't know. I opted to go with some of those OKC guys.
I think at this point, it's like Booker has either made my slate or absolutely destroyed me. I'm just willing, because my biggest nights have been with Booker, so I think it's just riding in the back of my head at this point.
Yeah, you're a huge Booker guy. I've never really been. I think he's very talented. He hasn't been as great. Isn't Rubio a better play? I think Booker and
they're both
Rubio
great plays.
All in the same category. I think Ayton's the one guy that I wanted to make sure I had. So I have Ayton's in my cash lineup. Like I said, he's one of my cash locks. I have 80% of him in GPPs too. So
I have 70% Ayton.
Oh yeah, well I have 60% Giannis.
I actually matched the field on Giannis, so. All right.
What?
I matched the field on Giannis. I think it's just because of mid. There's so much mid options. It's just I let really grinders
come. Can I drink on stream? Is that allowed?
Yes, you can.
You can do alcohol on stream?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you've had them, but the new BL seltzers.
Oh, I actually haven't had them.
They're very good. They're very good. I don't think I've had the strawberry one, but.
Yeah, I think actually on Twitch you aren't allowed, but I know YouTube. I see a lot of people drinking beer on stream. So
strawberry's not great. I like strawberry more as a fruit than a beer. But I think it was either that or I don't even know what else I have in the fridge.
All right. I don't see any more questions here.
Oh, God. Jalen Brunson, torn labrum.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's tough. All right, guys. Well, good luck tonight. I'm taking off, Matt. If you want to stick around, be my guest. But I have to make my hangry girlfriend dinner. I hope she likes mac and cheese or cereal because those are the two options currently.
Sounds like a good night to me.
Dude, mac and cheese. Have you ever had cereal in mac and cheese?
All right, now you're taking it way too far. Way too far. Okay.
Someone said, Sloppy said I'm going basic. And someone wants me to stone cold. You want me to I could stone cold two Bud Lights right now, except I would probably get it all over my apartment because my apartment's like 3 feet.
All right, guys.
You guys get any questions that aren't basketball related? What kind of guy am I, or what one of Matt's
They
days
don't
look
care
like
about us.
when he's not researching esports?
He's not researching esports. Kawhi laugh.
You Kawhi laughed him.
Yeah.
Nice, it's good. Because I'm basketballed out. Favorite stud, Giannis.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious at
I
this
mean,
point.
do you want like a sneakier favorite stud? It would probably be Siakam. If they can keep that game close, or if Charlotte can, and I mean that's a huge if with that team, but
I'm mad that Zion's in some of my lineups.
thoughts on Pat Bev, Reggie Jackson. That's my thoughts on Pat Bev.
Yeah, there's minutes, man.
I mean, he's coming back from injury, so I don't know if he's ever going to get to like 30 for them, especially with Reggie Jackson now just eating away.
So hold on, I need to answer this question because now I get the roast. Who's better at basketball? So I used to play basketball in high school.
I can't play basketball. I played soccer in college, so I am not a basketball player.
I actually, I wasn't fantastic or anything, but I played small forward and I hit the 3-ball. That was me. I came off the bench. I will admit we were a bigger high school. Okay, so don't roast me. I was a white boy who came off the bench and hit the threes.
If it wasn't for politics, now I would have started.
Yeah. Oh, you actually remember that? That's actually I'm surprised.
What's it called? Chris Boucher good for more minutes. If they blow him out, yeah, for sure. I said he's pegged at 18. I feel like that's a good number, but if they blow Charlotte out, like he could get more run in the fourth, could get 22 minutes. I mean, I have. I got rid of my. I can tell you what. I have 25% exposure to him in GPP. So.
No John Collins love whatsoever. I have John Collins in 5% of my lineups, which means 1 because I'm running 20. So I do have John Collins in there.
Matt, somebody just asked about baseball, and that's a good question. Baseball it's not something that we've talked about what we're gonna handle in terms of streams. Like I feel like for the 7:00 streams we'll be able to do this, but like I feel like for baseball there's a lot of afternoon games, there's a lot of 1 p.m. starts. Like I'm not going to be able to do anything during the day. I don't know what Matt will have for availability either because we both have jobs. So it will be tough for us to be able to have a stream in the afternoon. But like if there's a slate that starts at 7, then yeah, we'll be doing this 100%.
So yeah, I mean the main slates for sure.
Yeah, the main. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So the main slates, like the all-day slates or things like that, they're not going to be something that we're going to be able to pull off during the day. Unless I go lunch break and just sit in my car and stream.
It's probably not going to happen though. I mean, for baseball, yeah, we're super excited. It's going to be the same kind of process, but the thing with baseball is we're not going to be panicking last minute and doing last minute swaps. It's going to be very straightforward. We're going to have all of our data already in front of us and ready to just give you guys, all of our favorite plays, GPP and cash, and then it'll be very easy. It's going to be about 45 minutes to an hour, and it's going to be very less stressful. If you guys haven't tried MLB, I strongly encourage you guys to tune into our streams. We have the edge in that sport as well. Last year was like my first time running baseball the entire year, and I've alluded to this many times. TJ almost got it was a crazy takedown. He would have made I think over $10,000 if he would have played in a high stakes GPP, but he literally turned $1 into 500. So 500 times return is actually bigger than anything that we've done in NBA. So I mean, technically,
that's not
500 times, dude. That is crazy.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had a GPP lineup. I think I maxed a $20 contest for $1 each. No, it was a $2 contest. I came in. I have it right in front of me. I came in 7th out of 44,589 guys. So I had 250 times my return. So it was pretty good.
But it's funny because I was rolling out some baseball, and TJ had taken a little bit of a break. He was doing something, and the first night back, he decided to do it, and he literally got 7th out of over 40,000 people.
Yeah,
the very first night. So yeah, we know what we're doing with that too. So if you guys are interested in that, for sure.
Melton over DiVincenzo for GPP leverage. I get it, but I'm all in on Dante, so I'm not going to say yeah.
He's in a very good spot. Yeah, Dante's in a very good
spot. You could smoke a pound of weed and still drop 50 versus the Nets. Yeah, you're right. You could. I mean, I feel like the teams we like to target, when opposing players are playing that specific team in terms of bigs are going to be like Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn, and even Atlanta. So, I could see John Collins, especially at the 5. It could be pretty good. Aaron, 5 into 750. I like that, man. All right, I gotta go. I gotta make Amanda food before she kills me.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
See ya.